My name is Philthee. I'm from Beaumont, Texas.
You know, you got a lot of cats that's been in the game for a while. Like, what made you start rapping?
I had a grandpa, man. He would write poems, and just seeing him do that every day, and mixing it with the music that I love to listen to. And one day out the blue, man, I was like, just let me write a poem, put it with some music, and it kind of just went together, and put my first rap on MySpace, and it just kind of went up from there.
That's dope. So, man, you know, a lot of people, you know, they're inspired by a lot of different artists. Like, who's an artist that you was listening to when you was coming up, like around like teenage years, that like influences your style, you know?
Pimp C, man. I had a cousin, man, you know, growing up. I would listen to a lot of music, and my cousin Joe, man, came over and played a UGK song for me, and as soon as I heard Pimp C's verse on Big Pimpin', you know, that was a rap. I wanted to know who Pimp C was, and it was game over from there.
Nah, that's a really dope song, bro. That's a really dope song. Like, man, now Philthee, that's an unusual rap name. It's kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did you even come up with that name?
So my name's Philip, and the block I grew up on was the 1,000 block. So Thee short for 1,000, you know, and Phil short for Philip. We just kind of put them together, and it came up Philthee. But the person who actually gave me that name, an artist from Beaumont, Texas, you know, an older cat that we all looked up to, his name was Reaper G. I originally went by the name Big Philly, like the cigar, because we used Philly cigars when we rolled up, when we was growing up, before we were introduced to Swishers.
Around what time that was? Like, when did you, like...
Man, I couldn't even put a time on it, brother. It was, I don't know. If anything, I had to say 2007, 2008, and he just started calling me Philthee. So from that point on, you know, I stuck to Philthee, you know, so, you know, shout out Reaper G, you know what I'm saying? He's the one who put that name on me, and I ran with it ever since.
So, bro, like, how would you describe, like, your unique style, like, the messages in your raps? Like, you know, what are you trying to say in your raps?
So my style is really different than a lot, and my voice as well. I don't know, I have like this loud, gritty voice when I rap, and a lot of people liked it and told me to stick with it, so that's what I stick and ran with. As far as the voices, as far as the message I speak in my music, I just speak about what I go through, man, which is heartache, you know what I'm saying, just being stressed, you know, things I went through growing up or things that I go through present day. Women, you know what I'm saying? I'm infatuated by a woman, you know, the look, the smell, the touch, everything about a woman just infatuates me, you know what I'm saying? So I say it in my own way, you know, but as far as
you make songs for the ladies?
Oh yeah, most definitely I'll make a song for a lady, you know what I'm saying? The first time I went to a professional studio was in Austin, Texas, Spitshine Studios. The first official professional studio I ever went to, man. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the engineer there, his name was Russ, if I'm not mistaken. But this was a long time ago, man. If I'm making a mistake, my bad, Spitshine Studios. But you know, I remember, I believe his name was Russ. But Spitshine Studios in Austin, Texas, was the first studio I ever recorded at.
So you've been doing this for a while. So like, what would you consider like your biggest achievement so far, like in music, or like a milestone so far? think a lot of people's goal is to get paid from it, you know. But like, what
I would most definitely say that, you know, actually getting paid from my music and seeing my first rap check, getting paid for my first feature, you know, and especially
man, how does that make you feel, bro? Like, man, a lot of people be rapping, and then, you know, when that first check hit, I know it must have made you feel like a jump in your heart, man. Like, damn, I'm getting paid.
Oh yeah, like it was really. I remember, man, one night, me and the mother of my kids, man, we were sitting there and we were thinking about what we gonna do, man. We kind of running out of bread, and I just so happened to check my email, and a rap check was gonna be deposited into my account the next day, and it was an amount that just had us like, damn, we ain't in the hole no more. You know what I'm saying? Now, it wasn't like no 10, 20, 30,000 or nothing, but it was a good amount to where we felt comfortable saying like, oh yeah, it's, you know, we could do some shit tomorrow. You feel me? We ain't in the hole no more. But
again, it's like momentum, like, you know.
Yeah, it's moments like that made me see that like this shit for real.
So how do you write your songs? Like, what's your creative process behind that? Like,
my creative process.
Yeah, like when you hit the, you know what I'm saying?
It really all depends on the beat. However the beat make me feel is what puts me in my own little world. And then from there, the thoughts just flow. You know what I'm saying? I've described it a lot too, that when I'm in my own world, it's like words are just flying over me and I can just reach out and grab one or grab two or grab three and base it off of that.
So you a freestyler, you a writer, like do you have a notepad? Like some people use their iPhone, like
I can freestyle, you know what I'm saying? I can freestyle.
Oh yeah.
It's not really my go-to, you know what I'm saying? Doing it with the homies and, you know, messing around with my babies, like my kids or whatever, or just being around some of the homies, we'll cut a freestyle, you know what I'm saying? But I'm more of a writer. Okay. I love to write my music, you know?
So you're a storyteller, like, you know?
Most definitely.
Definitely paint a picture with your words.
Right. I heard this on a Lil Baby documentary one day. He said, I don't rap, I illustrate. You know, so that's how I take that.
Nah, that was good. That was a good response.
Okay, so do you have a lot of people have a certain team around them, you know, like certain cameramen, certain producers. So I know people like Drake, they always dropping 40. They're always saying, like, the people that's with them. Like, what's the favorite producer you love to work with?
Fat. F-A-T on the beat. Fat on the beat. You know, I've known Fat for some years. It was weird, man, because I don't think really he was a fan of me or I was a fan of him when we first met. It was more or less just on business terms. Like, oh, this dude, Philthee's hitting me up. He wanted to book some studio time. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. And then I would go in there. And, man, I've been to Fats numerous of times when I found out about him. And just the way he works, the sound that he would produce after I record, I loved it. So, I mean, I'm hitting the studio hard. Boom, 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 boom. Well, years later, you know, Fat like, man, I ain't gonna lie, Philthee, man. That shit you was recording over here some years ago was trash. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn. Like, he was really one of the first.
He kept it real. He kept
it
real.
Exactly. He was really one of the first ones who just straight up told me, like, man, that shit was horrible. But I let you record, brother. Business is business. You know what I'm saying? So, but Fat, I would have to say Fat. Well, most definitely Fat is my number one producer, and then that's like a brother to me. You know what I'm saying? Recently, like he's kind of talked some sense into me. You know what I'm saying? Guided me in a way, and I consider him a brother, a business partner. I consider him family. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it ever happened, you know what I'm saying? Fat gonna come with me.
I love that, man. So, rapping through a couple of awkward stages, you know, you had records, you had CDs, you know, people used to slang CDs, man. How is the rap game now in the digital age? Like, how do you feel like is different? Like, or is it harder to approach, or you feel like it's easier, or?
It's most definitely easier, man. When I first started rapping, a group of the older cats, man, I started with their little label, man. It was called Raw Product Distributions, and we would make CDs. And I remember being in my neighborhood in front of Mikados or Amigos on C and Franklin, or I'm on Dean College. You know what I'm saying? And I remember walking up to people, asking them to buy a CD, and some people were like, "No," but then some people started coming out of pocket, paying a little $5, you know what I'm saying? And I would walk all the way down to 11th Street from the avenues where I grew up at, and walk all the way back and post up at stores, whatever, until I came off them CDs, and I would hit 6th Street. As times changed, everything just became online and digital, and I mean, you ain't got to put that footwork in like I used to, you know? You could be taking a bath and laid up in the bathtub and share your music or something, you know?
Yeah. I want to ask you this, man. You did any shows, any live shows?
I've done a few live shows,
okay,
man.
Have you ever had a fan come up to you and like a groupie? You ever had a groupie experience?
Nah, not no groupie experience, man. But I have had fans come up to me.
Yeah.
And,
like, what was like one of the most like, can you share like an encounter with one of your fans? Like, how was that?
Yeah, once again, me and the mother of my kids, man, we went to go see MC Magic, Amanda Perez, Lil Rob, you know, people we grew up on. And at the end of the show, we was fixing to walk out of the warehouse live, and I remember some dude walked up to me with his girl and was like, "Hey, you're Philthee." Like, yeah, what's going on, bro? We got a picture with him, signed the autograph for him, you know, and he was happy, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's an experience I remember, and then a few other experiences too, which I always remember. Mm-hmm. And even just sitting somewhere that when I was in Beaumont, you know, we'd be in Cheddars, I'd be with the fam, and you know, I think one night they were like, "Man, that guy over there asked if you was a movie star or a rap star or something."
You just had that aura about you, like, man, that's a star.
Everybody says that, brother. Me, I just look at myself like a normal person, you know?
So, okay, so you, the game's wide open, and it's like, I know there's so many different artists that you want to work with, man. Like, who's an artist that you just dream of working with?
D-Baby for sure.
D-Baby?
Right, I mean, it's not, we're not going to call it mainstream yet, but for sure D-Baby. Then I would say Money Man. Not too many people know about Money Man, but I've been on Money Man for a long time.
Nah, Money Man hard.
D-Baby, Money Man, and let's see. And Gucci Man.
Good choices.
Good choices, man. I want to ask you this, man.
So, the game right now is like, it's a lot of female rappers. I actually like, who's a female rapper you would want to like collab with?
Big Jade and Hevo.
Okay.
I think his name, what is his name? Monolito or something like that.
So like those artists, like what they like, I believe they're from Beaumont, right?
Jade and Hevo is for sure.
Okay.
And there's another female artist I heard the other day, man. I can't get a name. I wish I had a name, but anyway, she was hard too. But most definitely Jade and Hevo.
Man, so how you feel like Beaumont, like as a culture, influenced your flow? Like you know, I know the culture is just real.
Beaumont put the grittiness in my flow because it's a grimy ass city.
Well, is it like the third most dangerous city in the state, right?
I don't know. I just think
right now.
Regardless if it was third, fourth, fifth, is in my mind that's number one dangerous grimy city in the world.
Yeah.
No matter what, you know what I'm saying? They get grimy in that city. Like, people don't give a fuck. People don't care about you or the next man.
What side of town you from Beaumont?
I'm from the avenues of Beaumont, Texas. I was born and raised in the Avs.
Yeah, so like, man,
like I know you say you represent your hood a lot in your songs, bro.
Yeah.
And that's big ups. You know what I'm saying? I know you reference the avenues in your songs a lot.
Right.
You know, so that tells me that you love your city, you love where you come from, and you want to put a magnifying glass on your city. So, do you feel like the paradigm is shifting? You feel like Beaumont is becoming like places like Atlanta or Chicago? Do you feel like buzzing artists are coming from that? You feel like Beaumont's the next?
I feel like Beaumont really is getting its shine. You know, Beaumont is full of talent. You know, Quincy, E-Body, Tongue Teasy, Biggs, Jade, Hevo, Tizo, shit, you got Andre August about to fight Jake Paul in December. Who else? I mean, you got producers like Fat. You got
a lot of talented people.
You got a few others too, man.
Like in every field, it's crazy. Like
right.
In every field, there's somebody doing something at top level that would be industry level, and it's like you back in the day, it used to be like when I would imagine. I know for myself when I go somewhere and it's like away from Beaumont, it's like, oh, where you from? Oh, like I'm from Beaumont, and they'd be like, huh? You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you keep yourself? Have you ever? When someone asks you like where you from, like you never switched up, like you always say
no.
Beaumont, you know?
Never that. You know, I love Houston. You know, Houston's like my second home. But when somebody asks me where I'm from Beaumont, Texas, man, and it'll stay like that till the day I die. I say the Avenues a lot because that's the neighborhood I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, if you ask me, there was a point in time where you could say Avenues when it came to the music game, and you automatically think of Philthee. You know what I'm saying? Beaumont raised me. I always say Beaumont made me, Avenues raised me, for sure. But do I ever think that if Beaumont would be big like in Atlanta or whatever? Honestly.
It's expanding.
It can expand all it wants, but it'll never be in Atlanta. It'll never be a Houston. It'll never be, you know, a Dallas. It won't. But as far as talent-wise, you got to get out the city, brother. You have to get out the city. There is no way.
So you feel like you can blow from the city, but you got to do some traveling, like so you can get more like eyes on you. Is that what you're trying to say?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. You're not going to, if you really taking this rap shit serious, you're not going to get nowhere staying in Beaumont, brother. You're not. It's a fact. I've proven myself wrong about that already. I've seen it with my own eyes. You don't blow up just coming out of Beaumont. You blow up by going to LA, by going to New York, by going to Atlanta, by putting in work in other cities.
You got to put in leg work.
You have to. You don't think, if you're an artist in Beaumont, Texas, don't ever think you're going to blow up staying in Beaumont.
So is that one of the like challenges of being an artist from that area?
Yeah.
Like it's and on that, like what are the challenges of being an artist from Beaumont or like that area? Like could you tell me that real quick?
The main thing I feel like is a challenge is once you get a little buzz in your city, the artist assumes or thinks already that they've made it and get to acting big, buying the jewelry, buying the clothes, trying to flex, trying to do this, trying to do that. When you ain't even on that yet, brother. You still got a whole lot more leg work and footwork to put in, bro. Like you just as normal. Nobody know you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it get to your head. Trust me, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Get a little clout from your city and everybody know who you are and know you do music. It'll really blow your head up. But then that one little thing gonna bring you back down and humble you. And now you back to being that regular old local rapper. You know what I'm saying? So life will humble you real quick if you think you that nigga.
So speaking of life, man, so can you tell me, like, how do you maintain like the balance between like your personal life and your music career? Because you were saying like, You know, once you get that buzz, it's like you feel big. But like, how do you still balance that with your family, your responsibilities, and you still rap? And you probably, you know, still got a job somewhere. You know, just to like support yourself. So
right.
Like, how do you maintain like the balance between everything, trying to come up in the rap game? Like,
honestly, I don't ever think about that because right off the top of my head, I incorporate my life when it comes to my music. A lot of people will tell me, you shouldn't have said that or said this or said that, but it's my life. It's what I've been through. It's what I go through, no matter who I've been through it with, no matter who I go through it with. If I say it in a song, that's just because I've been through it already. But, you know, even my kids, you know, I put my kids in my music, you know. I mean, it ain't like I'm showing my personal life 24/7, you know, because there's days, you know, I'm a daddy, I'm a father, you know, I'm a brother, I'm a son, you know. So I get my personal conversations with my kids and my brothers and my mama, you know, my stepdad, you know, and, you know, it's I can't really too much answer, but you got life, you got music. And they come together at one certain point in time in the realm. You know, you can't never keep life and music apart. You know, life and music is love. And you can't knock that.
Man, do you have any projects coming up? Like anything, you know, you can tell the audience like a sneak peek to something?
Just wrapped up a video called Water. I got a video dropping Nice and Slow. Got another video dropping Numb. You know, my last album I recorded here was called Can I Vent. My first album recorded here in San Antonio. It's a lot of new music coming real soon. It's recorded, it's not released. You know, like I say, Fat, my business partner. You know, so we working together on when we drop releases, what we gonna do next, how we gonna do it, when we gonna do it.
So y'all got a plan.
Most definitely.
Y'all got a plan. So like, what's your goals, man? Like, what's your aspirations?
To make it to the top.
But what does that mean to you? Because everybody got different.
To make it.
Like some people like it's a record deal. Some people like it's a life changing song opportunities. Like
to make it. When you finally feel peace and you finally can be the provider you always wanted to be to not only your little kids but to your family as well and to the ones around you who helped you on your journey and really was genuine about it.
Now you said earlier that you love the females, you make songs for females, man. Now, are you dating right now? Like, do you feel like it's hard to date while you're trying to be, you know, career-driven with rap?
I feel like it's hard to date, period. No, I'm not dating and I don't want to date. I don't trust. I've been through my own.
Who broke your heart, man? Who broke your heart, brother?
I ain't saying no names, and I won't say no names, but you know my heart been broken before, brother, and it was one of the worst experiences I ever been through. It was a learning lesson. Just made me see that nowadays it's not love ain't really. It ain't really genuine, you know what I'm saying? And
especially like what you're doing, because you can't really, you know, you might have some people.
I mean, I'm sure I've dealt with it before, you know. Let me be the first to say I wasn't perfect. You know, I wasn't a perfect boyfriend, perfect spouse. You know what I'm saying? I made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I brought a lot of things upon myself that I can never take back. You know what I'm saying? I just had to accept those things, but you have to have a strong-minded individual as well, you know what I'm saying, to stick with you trying to pursue your career as a rap artist, you know, because there's going to be times you're going to be around females. You're going to have females in your video. You're going to have females around you, like you asked earlier about groupies, you know. She is going to have to accept that and trust you to make the right moves when it comes to that. Now, a lot of guys don't make the right moves. They're men. It's in their nature, you know. But if you know you have a down chick with you and she's been with you through it all, and she's never done you anything dirty or foul, why make the wrong decision? And unfortunately, I fell victim to making those wrong decisions, which led me to be single, and
So man, when you make it, there's we going this is a good interview, man. Is there any celebrity or female rapper like you would shoot your shot at?
A celebrity or female? Ice Spice.
Ice
hard.
Spice.
She hard. I seen that little picture of her when she was Betty Boop for Halloween. And that thing was poking. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I ain't gonna lie. Ice Spice, baby, she was going down. But yeah, off the top of my head, Ice Spice. I used to be, I used to thug it over Cardi B when she first came out. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B. I remember being, chilling, seeing Cardi B on the video and just shoot the shit with my kids. Mama would tell my kids, she look good, she fine, But as of right now, shoot my shot as in chill with her, fuck with her, be cool friends. Ice Spice. I would never shoot my shot to be in a relationship with no big name artist, you know what I'm saying? No big name woman, never. And I barely shoot my shot at these roach assholes now, you know what I'm saying?
I have one last question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to these younger or upstart rappers?
Don't be a fool. Do it the right way. Don't rush the process. That was one of my biggest mistakes, is rushing the process. And even now, Fat tell me all the time, slow down, man, you move too fast. Don't rush the process. Either you're going to be in the music game or you're going to be in the streets. You can't do both. You know what I'm saying? Just do it the right way, brother. And if you're gonna put 1 foot in it, you might as well put 2 feet in it. Don't half-ass it, because this game ain't made for no half-ass music artists. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. If you ain't, step aside and let the other hungry individual pass you and show you how it's really done. Make sure you find you put somebody on your team that's genuine and you can trust. It always helps to have a team, but you have to build a team that's genuine and you can trust them, because if not, it's just gonna fuck you in the long run.
Yo, man, so it was nice interviewing you, man. Philthee, man. Can you tell me your Instagram, like where people can find your music?
Yeah, you can find me on TikTok, forever 1K409. You can find me on Instagram, Philthee, the number 1, the letter K. And you can find me on Snapchat at Avenue 1000, Avenue 1000.
Yeah, man. Thank you for interviewing, man. You be blessed.
Yes, sir.